Who are you? Ask your neighbor, who are you? Because, do you know why some unbeliever will still thrive in some things they are doing, whether in relationship? Because they know they are bad. And the bad will marry bad. Are you listening to me? Bad person will marry bad. So they know that I understand you are this, I are that. When they fight, how many of you watch this film? The Visit. It's been a while. The Visit. The film has been for how many years now? Very interesting movie. The Visit.
We've not seen the film.
Oh wow. Okay, they don't watch. You don't watch. It's only Mosaic film you watch. Okay. Okay. The Visit. Go and watch it. It's not a Bejoye. Okay. You'll be fine. You'll be fine though. God will help me tonight. It's those guys know they were bad. And so they know bad marry bad person. You are met in the club and you enjoy yourself. You're a club girl, I'm a club guy. We know in our house we'll be breaking bottles. No problem. The sharpest shooter will win. But it's quite unfortunate that you're a club girl, but you put on the form of a church girl only to go and marry a church boy. It's going to be an issue. So if you know you're a club girl, why don't you look for a club guy and enjoy yourself together? You know you're a troublemaker, you like to break bottles. Go and marry Portable. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Now, because one of the challenges we're having, like, we have this expectation, oh, I marry somebody that loves to go to church. And to your disappointment, you get to him and said, is everyday church thing? So if you know, just let's be real. But can I tell you something? There's need for you to internalize good values. It's going to help you. Help you any area of your life. Whether you are a student, whether you're a technocrat somewhere, you're anybody, you're a professional somewhere, is going to help you. I've shared this some time ago, how while I was on campus, I don't know how that my lecturer, he just sent for me. I think I was in 200 level. He just sent for me that they should go and call me in the lecture room. And I went to him, sir, I learned you called for me. He said yes. You know, that particular period, there was no light on campus. And they needed to make photocopy of the result of people in 300 level. And he sent for me that they need me to go and do that for them outside the campus. And I was like, sir, how did you know I'm around? He said while he was driving into campus, because I stay off campus, that he saw me entering into campus that morning. That's why he knew I'm around. I knew that I'm the one that can go and make that photocopy, and that there will be the result will not link. Yes. I never preached to him. It was my lecturer right from 100 level. But he knows that, okay, this guy, while in the lecture room, I'm writing an exam or I'm doing anything, I don't cheat, I'm not a troublemaker. So they've seen it in my life, and he has watched me for the past 2 years. And they want to do something sensitive. He just sent for me. So he described me to them. He does not even just describe me, and they could locate me in the lecture room. And he told me this thing is highly confidential. You need to go and make this photocopy for us outside the campus. But why am I saying this? When you have good character, good values, it's helpful to you anywhere. It opens doors for you anywhere. It's not just about now. It's not just because some of you are starting to learn how to be good because you want to get a babe. You are not dressing well before. You don't have dress sense. But now your dressing has changed. Even while coming to love and marriage, your dressing has changed. Not because that is who you are. Because you want to attract somebody. There's a particular place you are passing on your street now. You don't normally pass that place before. And you pass that place and you always shout when you are passing. And you walk anyhow. But now when you are passing, you are just passing as if you're a gentle boy. You just look good. You check your dress. And you always pass that place when you look good. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Hey, please, people are looking for Tolani to beat Tolani. Anybody that knows Tolani want Tolani. We saw one woman today. He said, told my wife, said, that Tolani, we will beat her. He said, we will beat her. When I look at her, I said, that's just many of you. Some of you, if you hear what you are doing about life and relationship, we're supposed to beat you. True. That's truth. We're supposed to beat you. Can you send a code so that when the questions are coming in, we're supposed to beat.
This is Elizabeth. It's not Tolani.
It's not Tolani.
This is Elizabeth. So don't beat Elizabeth.
It's Tolani should be. And there are many Tolanis here tonight. A lot of Tolanis here. That woman said, we will beat. If you see that Tolani, we will beat her. Because many of us, some of things we do about life and relationship, like, does it really make sense? It really makes sense. So, are we good? Are we learning something? So, your value, the value you have engraved on your inside. That's your character. The value you have engraved on where? On your inside. What are those values you have engraved on your inside? You have engraved them on your inside. Whether they wake you up, find yourself in any part of the world, that is who you are. If you find yourself in Japan today, that's who you are. If you find yourself in Qatar, that is just who you are. If you find yourself in one village, that is just who you are. Who are you inside? What are those values? And you need to be conscious of this. What are those things I have internalized, that have engraved, that have become my life? And I want to tell you something. It's good you engrave good values, great values on your inside.
You know, I remember something. I think I was in year 2. And that day I was speaking to my friends in school. And I was like, there was a guy that had been on my neck. And he wanted to marry me. He wanted to date me. And he was really on my neck. You know these guys that can call in the morning, call in the afternoon, they can just disturb your life. And he had been disturbing my life.
Are they still doing that? Are they? And some say, ha! They are doing it.
The way we shouted, ha!
They say you are doing it, guys. Guys, be calming down. Guys, be calming down.
All right, so he was just always calling me, always disturbing my life. So there was.
And they will not call their pastor.
No, they won't call their pastor.
They won't call their pastor. You won't call me. You won't call me. Continue. No.
All right, so this particular day, when I saw my friends, I was just seeing them. That this guy called me yesterday night. I abused him. I was telling my friend, I abused him. My friends were looking at me like, hey, you abused him. I said, I abused him. He said, okay. I didn't understand when they were asking me. I didn't understand what they were saying. They said, Bukola, you abused him. I said, I abused him. Okay, tell us how you abused him. They needed to hear the abuse. I was like, I told him, why are you like this? Why are you? They just smiled. Because they've come to know me that there was no way I could abuse. That's where I'm going. They knew there was no way. It was not just part of me. So when I was telling them, I abused him, it was like, okay, so how did you abuse him? And why are you like this? That was my abuse. It was not part of me. It's been internalized. I cannot abuse. And that's one of my values.
Thank you. So.
Hey.
Thank you. Thank you. And they are clapping, girls, ladies, listen. Maybe some of you are abusing truly. Did they abuse?
Really?
Really? náà ẹ pọ́nra yín lé. Brothers, respect yourself. So please don't abuse anybody. It doesn't. Let your no be no, and just. So when we talk about it, when we talk about values, we talk about principles. Your principles, your standards of behaviors. What are your principles? What are your standard of behaviors? Very important. Your value determine everything about you. Take note of that. Your values determine everything about you. So your value is who you are. Your value is who you are. It determines your communication skills, how you address people. It determines the way even you dress. Some people just dress. Just dress. They just dress. They don't. You dress. You dress. You don't just dress. You dress because that's your value. Are you listening to me? That's your value. You see some people, they just want to wear one knicker. They say it's simplicity. That's just their value. And you can't wear that knicker to. If you see yourself working in, somebody talk about E-class executives. You want to be E-class executives. Those are top executive director at top firm. You can't dress with knicker to executive meetings. So if you see yourself in that direction, there's a way you start living your life now. There are people, when I'm seeing them today, how they are flying up and down, they don't surprise me. They've been like that while we're nobody. They have that courage, that charisma. They just comport themselves because they know their value. They place a value upon their lives. It is inside of them. And so and that's why we tell people that you can't change anybody. Don't marry to change him. He will never change. The guy has been like couch. You think, and you like packaging. You now think you now turn him to a package guy. No, you are deceiving yourself. His value is internalized. Except he looks down and says, this is where I'm going. And that's why I always tell you, don't just say, I want to befriend somebody. Who is the person? Where is he really going? Where is he really going? I remember when I wanted to pick my best man, I picked somebody that carry the values I carry. I don't just, it's because my best man it shows who I am. So I know what I carry. Not just anybody can best me. I have to call my friend. He has been my friend right from primary school. We didn't even see for years. When we met again, we didn't see after primary school. We didn't meet until we met in our institution. No, there was no phone those days. But he has been my good friend. He still maintained. And when we met in our institution, I was leaving school. I was about leaving. I think I was in my 400 level. He came. He has gone to other schools, but he wanted to study law. He left those schools. When they now gave him law in my school, he now left those schools and started coming back. So he came. I was in 400 level, and he will be studying 5 years course. And he came to 200. I said, Oga, why now?